What it is, what it do, man. I'm glad to see each and every one of you, to all my family, to all my friends, man. This is another Tuesday night where we begin again. It's your boy HG, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to Soul Source. Um, Now, like I try to do, more than I usually do when it comes to the rollout of, getting ready for Tuesday night. Um, I had some ideas of the direction of where I wanted to go with the live. Of course, I'm going to stick to it, but I did not, specifically prep for it, so to speak. But what it all boils down to is I kind of procrastinated a little bit. We do it from time to time. It's okay, but we've got some things to talk about nonetheless. First and foremost, man, once again, I want to give a shout out to all the family and friends. Little Titan, man, salutes to you, man. What's good? Yay, Little Titan said, the Milo SGK, what's good, G, man? Life is good. Um, it has its ups and downs. So, you know, I recently found out, of course, a lot of the family that has been rolling with me thus far and hanging in there and just being understanding. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all for the love, support, and understanding that you all have been giving me, because there are some things that I know I am behind on, especially when it comes to accountability for the family. If you know, you know, and just understand, I have not forgotten. But I found out some things last Tuesday in regards to my rehab journey. And no, it is not like I'm not going to AA meetings and things like that. It's not that. It's I recently had surgery. Well, not recently, but some time ago I had surgery, and I've been rehabbing through my surgery. So recently, my last doctor's visit, I found out that I'm going to have to go back in for some surgery. So that's going to be another setback, a small setback for a major comeback. It's going to be somewhat of a lengthy process, but not as lengthy as the previous process. So, even though things are a little shaky and can get a little bit frustrating, sometimes you got to take it in stride and understand that it is in preparation for, where you need to be and things that you need to be doing. So, with that being said, that's what's going on with me. What's going on with everybody else, man? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Let me see. Yes, I almost forgot while I'm looking at this, because I was trying to figure out why I was looking at I don't what this right here and trying to figure out what it was that I kept looking at it for out of the corner of my eye. I put the link for Resjuvenator down in the description. I finally did that. I finally took the time to figure out how to do that. I need to figure out how to put polls, interactive polls on here, so that you all can interact with the questions that I ask and things like that, because it's a little bit easier than just typing it, because a lot of times, like, you all are at work or doing other things and you all can't just technically type it. So if anybody that's watching that knows how to do that and during stream and put up polls, hit me up in the DMs or whatever, and let me know how you all do it, because I still haven't figured that out. I hadn't quite had the time. But yes, the link for Resjuvenator is down in the description as you all are watching this live right now. And for people that watch it after the live, it's down in the description. It saves you 10% on your entire order. And even if they are running specials and sales, you can still use the link to save an additional 10%. So like if they got a sale where it's 30% off, you can use the code homegrown_kicks, and it'll save you an additional 10% on that 30%. Unless they say otherwise. But as far as I know, as far as I've been told, you can use that on top of any additional sales that they have going on. So that's a big up, because I know for some people, they were saying that the products are pricey. But the thing is Resjuvenator are some of the best products on the market, and they are some of the safest products for your shoes on the market, and they cover a wide variety of things. So, I mean, it's a win-win in my opinion. Now, Before we actually get into everything else and talk about the thumbnail, I don't know how many of you all paid attention to the thumbnail, but you know, it raises a few questions and you know, makes you ask what the hell is going on. Let me go and pay attention to my order. But before we get into the live, I want to talk about this now because I don't think it's ever a really good time to talk about things like this, but I want to talk about it now, and then I want to just kind of mention it at the end of the live for people that aren't here in the beginning, because I really won't be talking about it during the middle. But I want to speak on this collector right here. So this right here is a collector by the name of Mr. Z Biden. Z Biden, I believe that's his name, or known to people who well know him as Mr. Z. He has, as you can see, over 10,000 followers. I didn't know Mr. Z personally. I just knew him because he was popping up on my feed all the time, and I recognized him from his hat, because he always, like every picture I saw, he was always wearing a hat. I believe it's called a fedora, and he was always either wearing the denim jacket that I noticed the most, or that brown jacket right here, as you can see in this photo. And I just thought he was cool for doing his own thing, having his own style, and you know, just owning who he was as a person, or what seemed like he was owning who he was as a person in his photography. And he always found like some really dope ass spots to take photos from. And as you can see, he played the guitar and things like that. And you know, just some things that you might not, you know, necessarily know about a person. You know, he basically kind of really well explained who he is as a person. But unbeknown to me, of course, again, I didn't know him personally. I just knew him through his Instagram and his post. But unknown to me, he was battling cancer. And unfortunately, yesterday, August 4th, Mr. Z succumbed to cancer. So I just want to take a moment of silence for Mr. Z and, you know, say rest in peace to another great collector, a brother of the community. So, you know, I just wanted to take a few seconds to take a moment of silence for him. So yeah. But yes, again, I want to say rest in peace. And when things like this happen for people you don't really know, you never know what to do. But in Soul Source HG fashion, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead, take this really nice cold brew and pop it, and salutes and RIP to you, Mr. Z. Hey man, another one falls, fuck cancer. Um, he leaves behind a wife and a loving daughter, and you just feel bad for, especially the children and the family they left behind in a situation like this. It looks like he was fighting strong, but unfortunately, it was his time. So, yeah, you never want to see anything like that happen. RIP and my condolences to all family and friends that are grieving his loss, because it's fresh. And you know, um she thought about his thousands of followers, you know, more than she kind of really thought about herself in the moment, to notify and let us know that he passed away. So that's just incredible on her end as well. Now, with that being said, we're gonna kind of transition on into um, some of the things that I wanted to talk about in tonight's live. And hold on, let me check this streetwear market. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get into this really quickly because this is one of those things that's currently going on. That is really, I guess, when it comes to sneaker collectors, really more pressing. So Nike is doing a restock of a lot of older sneakers. Well, not a lot of older sneakers, but doing a restock of some sneakers. If you all have been keeping up with the rumors and things like that, we're supposed to be seeing things like the uh what is it? The Jordan 5 metallics. I think that's the name of it. I keep forgetting. Because I just wasn't interested in this year's release. The metallic fives. That's how you're supposed to say it. The metallic fives. We're supposed to see a quote unquote restock of the metallic fives. And of course, we know it's never a restock, it's just what's left over, which is why events like this, when it comes to Nike, are basically ass. They're a lot of people end up highly disappointed and pissed off, to say the least. But we're supposed to be getting a restock of the metallic fives. We're supposed to be seeing a restock of the brick by bricks and a couple of other things that people say they know what it's supposed to be, but I don't really think they know for sure what it's supposed to be. And it supposedly started yesterday. Now, I didn't see any pairs. But then again, I didn't really look because I also heard the rumor that the brick by bricks were only going to be a restock on Nike Sneakers Europe. So I was like, okay, well, there goes like most of my interest in actually trying to look for a pair. As you can see, there were the metallic fives, the Nike SB navies, and I've been hearing a lot of bad things about the SBs. Now that like the FOMO and the hype and the drive and what really drove people to get the shoe has died down, I've been hearing a lot of people kind of regret purchasing them. A surprise, I heard a few people say that they didn't really like the pine green pair, like that they weren't very comfortable, and I'm guessing that's only because of the padding, the heavy padding in the shoe, and people weren't really expecting the heavy padding. But if you frequented Soul Source on Tuesday nights, you would have known that you needed to half size up because the padding was going to be thick. I tried to tell people I'm in my I told you so bag. And then, of course, the navy blue pair didn't get a very well welcome, even with people feeling that anxiety of missing out or not being able to pay resale or get the pine green pair. Like the blue pair and the navy pair just didn't hit the same. And again, it might be because of people wanting the red pair and them canceling the red pair or pushing the red pair back, whichever one they decided to do. But yeah, it just kind of, whatever it was, it just kind of killed the hype for the blue pair. Now, with that being said, those were just some pairs to be teased. And of course, like, the rumors were the rumors. But if you go to Nike's website right now, let me see. Let me make sure that because right now it's showing the rare airs. Let me pull it up for you. If you go to Nike's website right now, stop the screen, share the screen. There we go. You ain't got to be so difficult, baby. If you share the screen right now, This is a supposed restock of the rare airs. Let me see. They also had and I don't know. Let's see. The white cements. Are the white cements available? Nope, the white cements are not available. White cement for well, they're available in a size 18. So I don't know if that's technically a restock or what's left over of that. Let's type in Jordan and see what we get. They said just in kids Ferrari 14s, but it's only a size 4. So if this is what they're considering a restock, then it's what I expected. This just in the bread lows. So they've got a 7 all the way up to a 10.5 restock in the bread lows. Unfortunately, they don't have a 7.5. So all my 7.5 people, that's not going to happen. Looks like they got a restock of the cool gray 9s. And again, loosely use the term restock from a size 3.5 to a size 7 of the cool gray 9s. Why would anybody pay $210 for a size 3.5 shoe? So wait a minute. These are those kind of moments that we kind of skim over and don't really pay attention to. And it always happens to me. It seems to be a reoccurring theme of how I end up noticing some bullshit and I'm the one to report the bullshit to you all. And when I do it, people don't seem to like it, or they try to make me come off as crazy or imagining things. But right here at the top of the screen, it says a size 3.5 here, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. Now, when you get to the size 7 is in the men's category. So that's when you actually start to get to the men's sizing. But 6.5 and below for $210. Am I imagining this? Like, or are you all seeing this as well? I hope y'all are seeing
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Because when that caught my eye, a size 3.5 for $210, I'm
bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. Bullshit.
I'm with little Timmy on that. Or I don't know his name, little Sam. I don't know, but that's a boatload of bullshit right there. And I don't know I don't know what adult is in a size 3.5 and willing to pay 210, but I also don't know what grown person is in a size 3, getting ready to pay $210 for a child. They also have a restock of the Aqua 8s. And come on now, we all know, and this is no shade to the Aqua 8s because I like the Aqua 8s. Yeah, they got them all the way up to a size 14. But as hard as they tried to make the Aqua 8s look like they were going to be limited and like they were going to sell out, because the first day, they put up sold out after maybe about like an hour or two. They put it as sold out. Foot Locker made it look like all the pairs were sold out and things like that. No matter how hard they tried it to make this shoe look like it sold out, I know, and every entity on this world know that the Aqua 8s were not gonna sell out. And again, that's no shade to the people who love Aqua 8s. I like them. I just wasn't gonna pay full price, $215. Come on now. Come on. And again, that's no disrespect to the Aqua 8s, but like it's in my opinion, and that's my opinion. my opinion is like the next person, um, just like the next person, you know, like they say, everybody, an opinion is like an asshole. Everybody got one, and then sometimes it stinks. But when nobody finna pay $215 for an Aqua 8, and I'm just like,
don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you.
that's all I'm saying. So, if I go down the list of other shoes that are supposed to be in this Nike restock, and and to be honest, I thought they did the restocks over like November, around the time of Black Friday. Maybe they moved up the restocks, or maybe they did this surprise restock because it was a bunch of shoes that they couldn't offload, including this Jordan 1. I think they called it Self-Expression. Now, this is a dope shoe to me. This reminds me of the Lance Mountain Jordan 1s, where you get, except for you get all these colors instead of it being a bread under one and a royal under the other one. You get like all of these other different kind of colorways up under the paint. Now, it's a cool shoe too. But, with everything going on, it ain't cool enough to pay $185. And it looks like it might be a nod to some of their biggest releases within the past like 5 years or so, because you kind of see the yellow, you kind of see the pink, you see the red, you see the blues, you see the oranges, you see the greens and things like that. So I don't know the story on it. I don't even know if it really has a story. Let's see what it says. Self-expression takes courage. With authenticity comes vulnerability. The iconic Air Jordan 1 puts every stitch, every overlay, and every detail on full display. It always has, but this deceptively understated design keeps the inner vibrance and energy cloaked behind a smooth, wear-away black leather upper. And when the timing is right, color-soaked panels shine through to reveal its charged and colorful disposition. So basically,
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Basically, it's just a multicolored Jordan 1 with a black painted upper. And I mean, they tried with the story, but it didn't really pull. Lil Titan said, I remove all padding on all my fours, less chunky. Man, you a brave soul, because I ain't finna chop up no fours. Not no SB fours. I can't do that. Nah, just you, my guy. 160. Okay, so it's just showing me 160. I mean 210. So basically Nike trying to make me look crazy. If it ain't one thing, it's another, man. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Now let me go back, because it ain't like I don't have this recording as visual proof. I wonder they got coming soon to denims. What do y'all think about these denim Jordan 4s? What do you all think about this denim Jordan 4s? Now, for me, before I go back and check my crazy, for me, these are fire. These are dope. I ain't gonna say fire. Let's be realistic. These are dope. And when I see these, I see the Levi 3s. I believe it was the Levi 3s. And I just see, taking a Dremel and distressing the denim and just hooking them up that way. These are a women's release. I could see taking this off because I don't need that. And then just like, what? It's two-tone? Lateral on the medial side is two-tone. Why would they two-tone it? Like on the back. Okay. Okay. I mean, but it's still cool. And what does that say? Family on the little lace Dubray or whatever you want to call it. So they're going back with the reimagined patent leather bread 1 Familia, where you know, people who like this got made fun of with the Vin Diesel memes and stuff like that. That's what they going back. Denim and Gold, we celebrate two iconic wardrobe staples with the Air Jordan 4 Retro. All the details you love are there too, from the eye stays to the visible air. Okay. So they kept that story short and sweet, no bullshit in between. But yeah, I don't understand what the point of that family thing there. But yeah, again, back to the point. I can see people distressing the denim and doing like some really dope stuff with this, and putting together some really dope fits. But that releases on the 9th. When is the 9th? Next, because today is the 5th. Oh, that's this weekend. That's this weekend, the 9th. But y'all let me know what y'all think about these denims. Damn, Titan, you chopped up and took the padding out of the Pine SB4s and the Navy Blues. Oh, okay. So you so they are actually showing a size 3.5 for $210, man.
This shit is crazy as fuck, nigga.
in some crazy as hell type shit. So getting off of, let me here before I pause. Wait a minute. Moving on from this mediocre first day of Nike restock releases, re-releases, quote unquote restock. Now, for me, if they had the adult size Ferrari 14s, I'd be like, all right, man, now we in business. Now we doing something, because for me, I want the Ferrari 14s. Another pair, like if they would have dropped some white cement, or maybe they did, and by the time we talking about this, you know, it's too late. But yeah, from what I've seen, it's pretty mediocre. I don't know what day they're supposed to be dropping the brick by bricks, or like if they're gonna be dropping the brick by bricks. But if I do find out, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram, homegrown. Is it _kicks? I believe it is homegrown _kicks. It's been a while since I've, gave my tagline out, but follow me on Homegrown Kicks on Instagram, and I will keep you up to date there on any things that I can find. Or you can follow Streetwear Stock Market and other sources of social media in order to keep up with what's going on and being in the know. Now, Jordan 10s. Apparently, a lot of people are fiending over the Jordan 10s, and it brought the sneakerheads back out. Now, I don't really think that be true. 354 for a size. Okay, that's a size 11. But 354 doesn't seem that expensive. The 10s, were like $200 and something, $225. So the 10s with the COVID mask toe cap were $225. So yeah, like 354, I'm pretty sure that's not really what they're going for, but 354 as an asking price, good God almighty, 600, 430. These vans apparently were breaking the sneaker internet. And then the undefeated 4s are currently going for $559, but that's a size 11. And I wonder what they're going for in the size 10. I don't really care, but apparently they are breaking the net and bringing the sneakerheads back out. Now, for me, that is not a shoe that I want, look for, or care about. So I'm a little biased on that. You all let me know how y'all feeling about the Jordan COVID mask toe cap 10s, because this is my city right here, ATL. Shout out to ATATF, addicted to all things fresh, on Facebook and Instagram and any other forms of social media. Shout out to KO, one of the founders of ATATF. Dope as fuck group. Some good, I want to say cool and good people. You know, they're all, you can trade, buy, sell, trade in the Facebook group, and you know, people are solid and be on some good ish, and you know, you are more than likely going to get some real shoes. And for people that like to sell fake, that tried to sell fake shoes in the group, you know, they got their heads knocked off, figuratively speaking. So you know, it's about respect and love of the game. But apparently, people were lined up outside this Athlete's Foot. Now, I am very familiar with this Athlete's Foot because now this Athlete's Foot is in the hood. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This Athlete's Foot is in the hood, but I'm very familiar with this Athlete's Foot because this is the Athlete's Foot. If you all have been privy to the story about how I got my Spider-Man Jordan 1s, the original pair, not them Into the Spider-Verse joints. Again, no shade, I don't want no smoke, but that I don't like that pair. I like the original pair. But this is where I picked up the original pair, and I camped out at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning to camp out at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it got a little hectic in the line. And, you know, let's just say we had to be ready because things almost was about to pop off. But needless to say, you know, God willing, it did not pop off crazy like that. And everything was cool. I got my pair. I was glad because I was like number like 10 in line. And me and my boy, we got in and we got out. Now, it's kind of funny that you would see, I don't know, this is either a C8 Corvette or a Ferrari parked at a Athlete's Foot in the hood. And now, granted, this is a tire shop next door to it. I expect to see that Charger, and it should be a Hellcat. But apparently, people were camped out for these 10s. Through my rambling and my story, hey, y'all know when y'all shit my Chevy, y'all know it's the hood. I'm sorry. The shit my Chevy and that old ass Escalade, you know it's the hood. Chevy Avalanche, you know it's the hood. Because who got Chevy Avalanche?
Yo, she kicking crackheads off the line. She ain't playing, boy. She kicking women. Oh, she kicking the little nigga off. Yo, she kicking crackheads off the line. She ain't playing, boy.
Crackheads off the line.
She choosing people off the back of the line because they don't want to back up, bro. Nah, this is crazy. She's dead serious. Oh, she's serious. Yo, this shit crazy.
And look, they like, nah, don't
do
it. Come on back.
Hold the fuck on, bro.
Get right. He said, get your ass back.
But you got people up there, goddamn, myself in line that ain't feeling like
Oh,
and now everybody snitching.
Oh, she dead ass.
I ain't got time to argue with y'all.
Oh, she dead serious. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Oh, bro went back there too.
Yo, that's crazy.
See, this is why she ain't fucking with niggas, bro. Niggas up there with crusty ass feet, trying to fuck up the line, bro.
That is
man. She choosing.
So okay. And without even knowing the backstory to this, I can guarantee you I know why this lady did this, because I'm pretty sure this very same thing is what happened to me. So I camped out. Like I said, I was there at 3 o'clock in the morning to get the Spider-Mans because I think it was like I didn't hit on Nike sneakers, and it was the very last option I had as far as to be able to get the Spider-Man Jordan 1s. So me and my boy, like I said, boom, we up there at 3 o'clock in the morning waiting until open. Now keep in mind, opening wasn't until about like 8 o'clock. So we had 8 or 9 o'clock. So we had a solid 5-6 hours before it opened, but we knew that we was prepped. Lil Titan said it looked like a dangerous place. Hey, yeah, it definitely is dangerous because right across the street is the Hood Mall, and like, look, hey man, they don't play out there. It's crackheads, all kind of people out there, and if you ain't ready, hey, ain't no getting ready. But while we was out there waiting, there were only a few people ahead of us. Like I said, it was only like 8 or 9 chairs in front of us, and the people were at the chairs. They just happened to walk off for a little bit to sit inside the car and chill because it was cold that night. So I'm like 9th or 10th in line, and we waiting for the store to open. And like when it got down to like 20-30 minutes before the store actually opened, the people that were ahead of us, like this 8 or 9 people that were ahead of us, like they homeboys just started showing up out of the blue. And it wasn't like one person per friend that was already in line. It was like 4 or 5 people per person in line. So if things were going the way that they were looking like they were going, me and my boy, we would have went from 9th and 10th or 10th and 11th to like 20th, maybe 30th. And people in line started being like, oh, hell no. Y'all wasn't out here waiting in the cold to get these shoes. Y'all need to get y'all asses to the back of the line. Like it be getting that serious at campouts. And I'm really surprised that they allowed them to camp out in 2025, because that was, I don't remember when those Spider-Man Jordan 1s came out, but that was kind of the end, or like the back end of being able to like camp out at these stores. But like people started talking about in line shooting each other, people were getting ready to get into fights. All I know is a lady was like, if I gotta shoot you, or excuse me, if I gotta, because you know how the internet is, if I gotta pew pew you, I'm gonna pew pew you, because I was in line since early this morning and your ass wasn't in line. And all I know is the people that worked there, they started coming out the door, and they was like, okay, y'all are crowding up this door. A lot of y'all wasn't here early this morning. We know who was here. We know who wasn't here. And if y'all don't get back to the back of the line, we gonna cancel the whole drop. And that's when people in line was like, oh, nah, y'all ain't finna cancel this shit. Y'all finna get y'all asses out the way. So it got kind of crazy there. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened. People that were already waiting in line had their friends come up, and people weren't finna go through and deal with that. So they had like the door bunched up, because people started to try to be like, well, I ain't finna get to the back, because if I get to the back, I ain't gonna get my shoe. And the lady was like, well, if you can't figure out who was here and who wasn't here early, then I'll just go straight to the back of the line and pull people to the back. And that's what she damn did. And she showed everybody at the front that if you can't do what you're supposed to do, then I'm gonna do what I got to do. And I mean, it's unfair for the people that were already waiting there, but people need to be real and kick your damn friends out of line that weren't waiting there. And it'll teach you a valuable lesson. Like if your friends don't want to get to the back of the line and get their asses where they should be, then your ass ain't getting the shoot. Like stop pulling that weak whack shit when it comes to sneaker collecting and actually waiting in line and camping out. And like I said, salutes to you, baby girl, because it take a big person to deny people in line, because that could start a problem. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's more than likely what happened. I'm very familiar with that spot, and it is what it is, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. That's on y'all. Now, this right here, this caught my eye, and I want to know, like every year, they do, or it feels like every year, somebody does a beef and broccoli release. Now, I can't remember what the last couple of beef and broccoli kind of releases were, whether it was Adidas or whether it was Nike, but somebody came up with a Timberland beef and broccoli custom and this is what they look like. These are the I don't even know the name for these Tims, but it said, "How do you feel about the extra beef and broccoli field boots?" Now, this was not an official release. This is somebody who likes to customize shoes and do things like that. This is their release. Somebody named Guap did them on Instagram. So shout out to Guap did them, regardless of how y'all feel about these. But hey, y'all, fam, chat. Let me know what y'all think about these Guap did them beef and broccoli Timberland field boots. And I'll let y'all know how I feel about it. Because you can see me, and no, you can't. You might want to get a little tight. You might want to get your eyes checked, because you can't see me wearing them. Because when I saw them, I was like, move them shits out the way. Shit, no, I can't. And before I really understood the fact that these were somebody's custom work and their spin on a beef and broccoli, I was like, ain't
No
no
fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No, there was
Bullshit.
Joe. Tell him what I think.
Hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
Now that is no disrespect to Guap Dip, because that's somebody's hard work, and that's just my opinion. Guap,
I don't want no problems with nobody. I don't want no problems. I don't want to beef with nobody. I don't want drama. I don't want smoke with nobody.
I'm saying all of that to say it is not for me. That's not saying that your shoe is a bad shoe. But bro, this ain't for me. And let me go to his IG to, like, you know, if y'all see some, let me make sure y'all can see. Okay, so this is Guap Didum's IG, the creator of those beef and broccoli Tims. So let me go to his IG so it don't look like I'm hating, because this is his aesthetics. Like, I don't know the design and the idea behind the beef and broccoli. I don't know the meaning behind the beef and broccoli. Maybe I should educate myself on that, so maybe I could be able to understand the design. And like Bricks the Kick said, misappropriation. So maybe you know, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I'm not gonna say he is. So it seems like a cowboy theme is his thing, because he seems to be suited and booted. Yeehaw, you know. It looked like it looked like he is Native American. If that is Guap Didum, it looks like he might be actually Native American. And so that is his aesthetic or thing, or I don't know. That looks like Guap Didum. I don't know. It looks like the tone and the hair of the profile picture. So maybe, you know, that's him representing his heritage and his culture. But for me, Dims is not it, and that's no hate. So it said he used cowhide hand cut, glued and machine stitched onto the upper. So he took an existing Timberland boot and glued and stitched the materials onto an existing boot, because you can see the ankle collar is a lot thicker than what you would find on an average Timberland boot of this design. on the inner and outer panels, then lined with hand-pressed chrome dome studs. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's these little shiny bits right here, the chrome dome studs. Like back when I was a kid, I heard chrome dome to describe bald people. So, that's a bit of a tongue twister for me. Chrome dome studs laced with a removable cowhide fringe tongue attachment. So this joint right here is removable. Does he have a picture with that taken off? Okay. The only picture with them taken off is a picture with them in the box. Okay, wait a minute. The thing got the mumps when you take the got the mumps when you take the thing out when you take the thing off the front. Wait a minute, they ain't got the mumps right here. Wait a minute. These joints got the mumps in the okay, so these might be actually. Is it the beef and broccoli but with different aesthetics? I don't, because then this one got snake skin on it. Okay, this one got the mumps and zebra and snake or alligator fur, and then they got the what is that movie where they in them big ass robots and they fight in those monsters? Pacific Rim. What are those monsters called on that movie Pacific Rim where they got them the eyes on there? And okay. But what that ended up doing, that ended up leading me down the rabbit hole of like, okay, well, if that is not the real beef and broccolis, and the beef and broccolis might actually supposed to be Timberland boots, what do the actual beef and broccoli Timbs look like? So I ended up finding them, and I found them on culturekings.com. So okay, y'all know what those joints look like. And y'all have those burned into your brain. These are, I'm guessing, the actual beef and broccoli joints, or what they're supposed to be, on the Culture Kings website. Now, which Timberland beef and broccolis would you prefer? Would you have preferred the 6-inch actual Culture Kings beef and broccolis, or would you have preferred those other joints, Gears of War? What a two packer. Call it. It's on the tip of your pause. You was on demon time for that. The less than 12.5% Native American ones, damn. If he's a skin folk, then I'm Miles Davis. She corporate greed by selling out your heritage. Ouch, man. Bricks. You really hitting them with the bricks. What a whiff of hot ass blasting B. Oh, jeez. This is why my people will never get off the reservation. This is that bullshit. Lil Titan said them Gears of War boots. You hit the nail on the head. More like drunk puke and Taco Bell ruins. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Prefer the Kung Pao Timbs. I don't even know what the Kung Pao Timbs is, but goodness gracious. Oh goodness, the people have spoken. And
don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you.
Look, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no beef, but the people have spoken. They came with the I can't do nothing about that. But nonetheless, I mean, at least you tried. It is what it is. He said they need to pass me some of the ish they smoking. But let me go ahead and not to beat the brother up or anything like that. Let me go ahead and push on. Let me push forward and get past that. Let me see if I see something that this right here. This joint right here, before I actually get into everything else that I wanted to get into. This right here. Let me go ahead and get this up out there screen. That screen, y'all. Stop the screen. Because I really wanted to know what everybody's opinion was about this. I saw this earlier, and I was like, okay, I feel what they're saying, but there was a part of me that just really did not 100% agree with what they were saying. And then when I kind of like went through the comments of this video, and the comments kind of helped round off what I was feeling, but that I could not, articulate within my mind because I didn't have nobody to talk to and tell it to, lonely existence. But my first kicks, I guess, is a podcast. My first kick podcast. So shout out to my first kick podcast. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. This is the first time I know anything about this. But they had the topic of discussion. True or false, is sneaker culture too welcoming? So apparently the topic of discussion for this podcast was sneaker culture is too welcoming. And this is what I guess she goes by the name of, I don't know this guy's name, but apparently this sneaker collector, his name is Kixie Jixie. So apparently Kixie Jixie had this to say. Let me see.
That number one, we're too welcoming.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you like kicks? Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, come sit with us. So it's like, and I call it Sweet Valley High.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the end of the day, we're still a bunch of big old kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is you have people, and I posted this the other day, that buy into culture.
Oh,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
They buy into culture because they just want, you could tell they want a friend.
Yeah.
You could tell they never been cool. Now they got some bread and now they want to hang out with us at the table, right?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that through longevity, you see them bow out.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the ones that were once the it people on the gram, no longer there. Why? Because they bought in for a little while, made their friends, found their passions. And you know what? Kudos to them because they came in and they found real people.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
That was just like a
Hear about sneaker
from,
culture, right? Is that number one, we're too welcoming.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you like kicks? Me too. Oh yeah, come sit with us. So it's like, and I call it Sweet Valley High.
Yeah, yeah.
So at that.
So that is a snippet of her point of view or her perspective. Now, if you want to hear the entirety of that, of course, head over to My First Kicks podcast and play that back and, just get the whole thing. But so when I heard her say that, a part of me was like, I understand where she's coming from when she says the sneaker culture is too welcoming. And of course, if you understand, you'll understand why I feel that way, because over the last couple of lives, I've been like, man, we have allowed a bunch of like uninterested culture vulture type of individuals to infiltrate the actual culture of what we do and push us in a direction of where it was never intended, or where we never wanted it to go, where we valued price over the actual shoe and the story and things like that. So that part of me was like, hell yeah, man. You get up on your soapbox and say what you want to say, queen. You know, tell them what the fuck they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. But unfortunately, in her debate, a bigger part of me was like, hey, what the fuck do you really mean? Like, I don't really kind of fuck with that. I don't really fuck with that. The angry part of me was like, hell yeah, man, get these motherfucking haters or culture vultures the fuck up out of here and tell them the shit to try to scare him off. But the bigger portion of me was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it doesn't really, the feeling that this topic of discussion gives off, it's not really that serious to say that we are too welcoming and that we need to kind of close the door on like the sneaker culture, to kind of like gatekeep. I'm like, if it wasn't for the sneaker culture being welcoming, your ass probably wouldn't be a part of the sneaker culture. The only difference between you and the vultures is, instead of you trying to profiteer off of it, maybe you might be a little bit older when profiteering wasn't really a huge thing, but it's always been prevalent. Maybe when you got into culture, you know, it was all about, you know, respecting the shoes and things like that and stuff like that. So you come from that side. But again, like I said, if it wasn't for the community being open and you having a different mindset, your ass wouldn't have been in the culture. Hell, my ass might not have even been in the sneaker collecting culture. So I don't know if the sneaker culture is too welcoming per se, but maybe we need to hold people accountable, and maybe instead of, and people in my position, in the position of influencers, we need to do better, and people that are viewers need to do better and hold us accountable. Maybe people that are viewing need to stop allowing us to preach stock numbers, resale, market value. Maybe people that watch need to tell people who preach resale value to shut the fuck up and tell me about the shoe. I want to really understand whether or not it's an actual good shoe or not. I want to know the fucking story, and I want to feel a part of the culture, because when, you know, influencers just tell you about the stock numbers and the resale value and the bullshit, and people buy into it. I mean, it's kind of like one of them. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Austin Powers Gold Member. That might be showing a little bit of age, but it's kind of like a fat bastard situation. I'm fat because I eat, and I eat because I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? We kind of feed into each other. So my mission has always been to bridge the gap between people that would never really talk to one another in the streets, and to actually tell the story of these shoes in my way, my personal way, because everybody has their own different special way of telling the stories, like Sneaker Fetish or Tony D Too Wild, or people like that who actually tell the story or who actually enjoy the shoe. I tell the stories in my way. Maybe if individuals like us were celebrated on a more mass scale, then we would see less people who just want to talk about fucking stock numbers and shit like that. And y'all know how I feel about stock numbers and, you know, resale value and shit like that. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, it was cool, but fuck it. I've never actually really been into that shit, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But like, fuck all that shit, man, because that doesn't run or dictate whether you like the shoe or not. I can tell you all day what those numbers are looking like and shit like that, but if you're just chasing the dollar, you don't really like the fucking shoe. And as you can see, you know, those type of people are long gone. Thankfully, they are long gone, and it's kind of hurt content creators that actually care about the shoes and shit like that. But you know, it's a reset. Everything has a reset, and everything and everyone have their moment in their time. But I don't know if it's as deep as she's making it or deserves to be as deep as she's making it. But I mean, I can't tell her she's right or wrong. I mean, I don't know. I'll leave that up to y'all to say if you all feel whether she's right or wrong. I just can't say that, you know, I agree. Jesus Christ. Not hating, bro, but you know I'm right. She will make Culture Vulture start. Oh my God. We ain't body shame. I ain't finna body shame nobody. Let me. Brother, you and all of us know about Kicks. Only thing she know. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But yeah, I mean, do you all think that as far as when you look back and you think about the way that things have gone down in the sneaker community, and it's just a small pocket of when it happened. So from 2020 to, I would say, roughly 2023 is when the hype of it was. Do you think that the sneaker culture is too friendly? Do you think that we too openly and easily allow individuals into the culture that don't really care about the culture? And do you think there should be some kind of vetting process? And if you do, what would that process be? I mean, I don't know. I don't think too deeply into that. I've never. That's kind of weird. That seems kind of weird to say out loud. You know, I'm all for let the people, you know, find their way. Of course, if somebody gets out of hand, be like, put your hand on their chest, or if they nasty, say, you know, I'm willing to hold your hand with a napkin in between. You know, kind of check them a little bit. OGs, I guess I would consider myself an OG. OGs like myself need to kind of check people. But that goes for anything in life. Like OGs need to start stepping up and checking people again, because there are no checks and balances anymore. But you know, you be like, look, that ain't cool. That ain't what we do. If that's what you into, move the fuck on. We saw that happen with kind of like rep sneakers. It really got out of hand, and we didn't put any checks and balances. Hell, places like SneakerCon didn't put any checks and balances on it. And if you got an event on that massive a scale, you definitely need to be putting checks and balances on shit like that. But we see what happens when you don't kind of, you know, guide people. It gets crazy and out of hand. Don't believe a word she said. She'll be gone. Ooh, oh goodness gracious. We don't want to, you know, wish that. Jixie Kingsley. Let me tell you.
I don't want no problems with nobody. I don't want no problems. I don't want to beef with nobody. I don't want drama. I don't want smoke with nobody.
Like, that you, woo. I don't, that caught me off guard. Hey, but all 5,000 in the building, man. I'm looking at some new features. Hey, I want to. Hey, what happens if I do hit this? Oh, snap. Okay, I like that. I like that. Hold on. Okay, are you done? Are you done? How long? Okay, okay. Apparently, it's supposed to go 15 seconds. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Before we move on, I want to say thank you all for the love and support that you all give me and continuously give me. Man, without you all, there would be no me, and it is a blessing to have gotten as far as I've gotten. As far as subs, we're a little bit stagnant, and a large majority is on me. All of it is on me. I'm going to take all of it being on me, but we're gonna get back to it, man. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. We're gonna brew it, and we're gonna get this content pumping. Right. Okay. Okay. Damn, I got married and had kids by the time that thank you was on the screen. You know what? I was thinking that same damn thing. I had to get rid of it. I had to get rid of the thank you because the thank you was gonna keep on rolling. But I mean, that's just the level. I guess it's trying to show the level of appreciation I have for y'all, man. Y'all are family, man. Y'all are next to my family. Y'all are the next biggest level of support, and I greatly appreciate each and every damn one of y'all for sure. So let me go back to my page. Let me go back to my page, my profile. This right here. So I came across this. Shout out to Mr. Unloved Ones on X. And I don't know if any of you all saw this post. I don't know how many of you all saw this post and was able to interact with it or whatnot. But apparently they found a pair of 1985 Air Jordan 1 Chicago's with Michael Jordan's signature on the tongue, going up for auction via Pristine Auction. And the only reason that I was reposted this and decided to make this a thing was because I saw the condition of the shoe and I was like, my goodness. This is a 1985 pair of Chicago Jordan 1s. And then as I started to look at the beauty of the shoe, and if y'all haven't seen this post, man, go head over to my IG, check out this post, man, run them likes up, and leave a comment on what you think about the question. And I'll get into the question or the comment right after I show you all these. But I was like, my goodness, these are beautiful, especially for a 1985 pair. And then the signature on the tongue is in immaculate condition. And and this is not I've never really noticed that back in 85 they didn't do the nylon tongue that they do now. Let me see this tongue right here. This looks like, let me see if I can block it. Okay, so see, yeah, you can see the nylon tongue. They don't do the nylon tongue like they do now. This looks like some kind of fabric material on the tongue, and I like that fabric material better than I actually like the nylon tongues that they do now. But I started thinking, with these popping out and these in such great condition, what if Nike did these and did them with the signature on the tongue? I could absolutely see Nike doing it with the signature on the tongue and doing these shits just like they did the 85 breads. Now, would I be opposed at seeing them do these? Hell no. Even though they just did the what is it? The Lost and Found Chicago Jordan 1s. I would actually, wouldn't be mad if they did this and put that Jordan signature. And I'm not just talking about like a screen printed Jordan. I'm talking about a stitched Jordan signature, because this is perfect. This is a beautiful signature. if they did a stitched Jordan signature on the tongue like that on a pair of 85 Chicago's and did a not a super limited release like they supposedly did with the 85 breads, but did an actual release, bro. I know I say all the time, I'd be fighting grandmas and stuff like that. Oh man, we'll definitely be fighting. Yeah, look. Low key, nah, that ain't low key. That's high key, and especially if they did it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Let me show y'all. So let me see. Let me get myself on the big screen. So the 85 bread highs. This is the nylon tongue, but the tongue on these is not the same as the tongue on these, and you can't really see it because it's being washed out, and it's not the same as the tongue on the sample black toe Jordan 1 highs. It's a little bit different. So one thing that makes me ask the question is if they did that fabric material on the bread 85 highs as well, and if they did, why didn't they put them on these? I would have preferred to see that fabric material. These right here is high key some gas. These are some gas. And if they do release them, I want to see the fabric tongue. I want to see everything like that, and I want to see stitched Jordan signature on that fabric tongue just like that. And I might rethink, paying resale. Hey, from Bricks to Kick said they worth a bag for sure. Like this, yeah, they definitely worth a bag. Them redoing these, I don't know, y'all. I might have to sell some plasma, sell a kidney, sell some. I ain't selling what y'all mind going to next, man. Get your mind out the gut. This ain't it. This ain't that. This ain't Magic Mike. Sell some shoes. Would I wear them though? I would wear them one time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would wear them one time, and after that one time, they would be like anniversary pairs. Like my breads. I'm trying to figure out a day and time when I'm gonna wear these, and then when I wear them like maybe once or twice, they're just gonna be kind of like anniversary pairs. Maybe I'll wear them like every 2 years or something like that, and do it like that. Because again, me personally, I have a ton of other pairs of shoes. And speaking of a ton of shoes, I went back to my other spot and I found a bunch of other pairs of shoes. And I was gonna do like a segment called "Fuck Around and Find Out," where I was gonna give away a pair of shoes. But I'm gonna think about that and figure out how I'm gonna do that, and figure that out. Maybe I will do "Fuck Around and Find Out" and give away a pair of shoes per live and something like that. I just gotta figure that out, man. You never know, because I really want to kind of like downsize. Not kind of, I actually do really want to downsize, and I don't want to just like sell everything off. I want to kind of like give back to you all and kind of give them away, but I know you all don't wear the sizes I wear. So that was another thought process in my mind, and that and so on, and stuff like that. So yeah. Just for one time, you never know. You never know. I got so many pairs of shoes. Only time I wear them is to a wedding or for the birth of my kids. Looks like I said, I got a pair of Bread 85s for daily wear and one on ice. Wear your shoes. You never know what can happen in the future. Absolutely. And the beginning of the live is proof positive of that, man. Again, RIP to Mr. Z, fuck cancer and all of that stuff right there, because you never want to lose anybody to anything anytime, but to lose somebody in the early stages of their life is definitely hard, man. Definitely got a crap ton of sleeve, sword, and shield Pokemon single packs, and ain't touching them till the next set goes into print. Yeah, so with collecting, it definitely is a fine balance, but these are dope, man. Would you all like to see an 85 pair of Chicago Breds with Michael Jordan's Stitch signature on the tongue, man? Y'all let me know down in the comments, and for people who, down in the comments for people who see the live later, but in the chat for people who are currently in the live. Now, I'll get to this last. Let me see what my my story, my feed is. Okay, that was that. The countdown for that is over and done with. And we'll talk about that as well. But let's talk about this right here. The Awake Air Jordan 5s. And this kind of goes into like what I'm going to talk about with what you all saw on the last slide. But right here it says, for your info, and shout out to Sneaker Fetish. For your info, Awake 5s are not rumored, at least the pink pair isn't, to be limited. If you want my conspiracy theory, the black pair could be limited, but I don't know for sure. Okay, I'm gonna come and get it. No, I'm gonna get it now. But the black pair could be limited. So if you all are familiar, there was a rumor that was going around that was saying that the pink Awake pair of Air Jordan 5s were limited to a certain number. I don't believe I don't believe that shit. I recently started really doubling down on not believing that shit. And this is proof positive. So the Awake 5s are not limited. So for people who actually like them, you can take a brief sigh of relief because they're going to be a kind of general release pair through Awake. These are not my favorite. I mean, as a matter of fact, I don't like them at all. But if you like them, I love them. It is what it is, but they are not limited. And like I said on the last live, where the hell are these people getting their information from anyway? And what is their drive? I mean, I guess if you want to drive hype around the shoe, you would say they're limited, because I saw a lot of people that weren't really, messing with this shoe. I saw a lot of people in the beginning, months before, saying that they didn't really like this shoe and whatever. And I guess in order to drive hype around it and to push people actually buying the shoe instead of the shoe actually sitting, like I believe it might end up doing, you tell people, or you start the rumor that it could be limited to a certain number of pairs and get people's blood pumping, and hope that once the truth comes out that they're not limited, that they're still going off the hype that they might actually be limited. All right, Bricks and Kick said, I wish they had done it in pink and lime green. I think the pink joints go crazy though, low-key sleepers. I mean, they're definitely going to be sleepers for less than $160 in total. With ooze coming out of the end. What? That sounds like those Seattle 3s, or those those converted Georgetown 3s with the slime coming out of it. But yeah, like I just don't, I really have a hard time, especially after this post, I have a hard time believing anything when it comes to stock numbers and things of that nature. Now, hitting on the point of stock numbers and things like that, and numbers that I don't really believe. So it said that the undefeated Jordan 4s were rumored to be around, well, it's not, it doesn't say rumored, but it said that the undefeated Jordan 4s are in numbers of 220,000 pairs. I don't know if y'all believe that or not. I'm not a statistician, so I didn't really keep count of everybody that hit and did not hit, but I saw quite a few people that did not hit. I don't know what that means, but again, I'm in the realm of things where I don't believe these stock numbers, because Nike ain't saying that these stock numbers, Nike and Jordan Brand have never come out and said, I don't know how people are getting these stock numbers, but you know, there are truths to them. So until I hear Nike say that, like, I can't believe that anymore, because a lot of shoes that they said were limited, man, a lot of goddamn people hit on pairs and hit on multiple pairs. So yeah, but keeping in the theme of the undefeated 4s. So I talked about them last week. Well, yeah, I talked about the undefeated 4s last week. I did a post where I was able to hit a pair. Appreciate everybody in the chat, because I'm just now seeing like all of these responses in the chat. So let me go ahead and like all of these responses. Appreciate each and every one of y'all that was like congratulating me and showing support. I appreciate y'all for that. I'm sorry I didn't get to them when y'all did them, but a lot of people got dubs. I got a dub. The price is crazy. $230 is the retail price. They charge $20 for shipping, and in my state, or in my city, for my state, it's 7% sales tax, because sales tax varies. I think out here it's actually 6%, and then in the actual like city, because I used the address where it was 6% sales tax, trying to be, you know, cheaper, but in the actual city, it's 8% sales tax. So I guess they kind of split the difference down the middle and was like 7.19%. We're gonna hit you with the 7.19% sales tax, and it came out to like $19.38 in taxes, and then end up with a total of $269.38. $269.38. Shit. I mean, and when I saw that total, I was screaming seeing that total. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot worse for other people and it's a lot better for other people. But when I dropped this post, a lot of people did not read or notice what it said. So it said, thanks for placing your order with Undefeated. Please allow up to 7 to 10 business days for order processing and verification, and an additional 7 to 10 business days for delivery. Business days do not include Saturday or Sunday or holidays. Now, they also put in star points, due to high order volume, all orders containing the Undefeated Air Jordan 4s will be shipped by August 29th. Well, damn. So some people won't even see shipping until after the actual release day of the Nike Sneakers app release. Well, damn. And one person, when I posted my W on X, actually saw that and paid attention to it. So it's not saying that they're not going to ship out until August 29th, but it's saying that there is a possibility that some people will not see a shipping confirmation until August 29th. That's the end of the month. I got my fingers crossed, hoping, praying for book to be in like the beginning or maybe the middle part, but I damn sure don't want to be on the back end of it waiting until August 29th. I want to look at the shoes, possibly do a video and do a review and show you all these shoes on live, and do all of that. And speaking of, man, shout out to Vlogging with Demetrius. He kind of reminded me that, you know, I was supposed to be doing unboxing theories because I got a bunch of shoes still in shipping boxes, and I'm supposed to be showing you all the shoes that I hadn't been able to unbox, because if I look now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sneaker boxes. And I have no idea what is in those. So I'm not going to do it this live. I think I'm going to get back to that the next live and just open up one of these boxes and do a box a week. And to kind of keep it funky, kind of keep it interesting. Of course, it's more than likely going to be a sneaker that has already released. But it'll also allow me to open the box, see what I got, give y'all my thoughts and opinions, kind of do a quick review without actually doing a long review and dropping a video on an old shoe, because y'all might not even really give a shit about it if I drop a video. I don't even know what the view count will look like on that, or if anybody would even care to hear my point of view on it. But, you know, it's either or, you know, what it is. But I'll get back to it. And like I said, that, you know, shout out to Vlogging with Demetrius for keeping me on point, and on, you know, reminding me of that. Let me see what y'all are saying. Lil Titan said, here's our tomorrow. I'll catch them on the sneakers drop. Don't feed into the FOMO resale hype. Yeah, hype for the what you call it? Awake Jordan 5s. Good luck to all the dubs. Check your order status for the undefeated 4s. Check the shipping confirmation first. They might be shipped. That's true. $269. That's nice. Okay. Lil Titan said he paid $280. See, like I said, all that stuff varies. This might be the Wu-Tang Dunks all over again. I don't even remember what happened with the Wu-Tang Dunks. I ain't even go for them. Major dip after the sneakers drop. Facts. I hope these sit at $350 after the sneakers drop. Hey, they might actually sit. And let me look. Let me go back. But yeah, that is the thing that I wanted to talk about with the undefeated 4s. That was that. I think that is all that I have for tonight. I had to take a pause because, you know, I got notification that my food is here. If y'all don't know, Wendy's, in collaboration with Wednesday, the Netflix series, dropped a meal of Death Nuggets and a shake, a blood shake. And I decided to get that today. And I'm hungry, and I didn't want to sit in front of you all and do a food review and, you know, eat in front of y'all tonight. I know I used to do that a lot, but tonight is a little bit different. And so with that being said, I think I'm going to end on that note. Again, condolences to the family of Mr. Z. Rest in peace. A good Wendy's with no bun is fire. A good sneaker collector, a good man, a good person all around from what I saw, has gone home. Rest in peace, rest in glory. But with that being said, man, your boy is hungry. I got to get to this meal. I heard good things about it. I want to thank everybody for tapping in again on another Tuesday night Soul Source, man. I appreciate y'all. Couldn't do it without you all. And before I go, per usual, I want to say nothing is impossible. Fight for everything you believe in. Don't let anything stand in your way, and dream hungry. Until next Tuesday night Soul Source, man, y'all be good. Y'all be great, and keep collecting. But don't fall into the hype and don't believe the bullshit, man. This is a new time for us to start thinking for ourselves and spending our money on what we really want to. I love y'all. Good night. Peace. I'm about to grub, man. I'm about to get down.